I recently had a post go viral, so you know what that means? The haters are back. Welcome back, guys. Now, generally, I don't address them. However, I've had a lot of people saying, nothing you said has come true, so why should I believe you this time? I'm going to pause. For those of you who are new here, I'm going to pause and tell you all the things I have predicted that have come true. Let's do a little roundup, shall we? The very first thing I said on election night before the 4 a.m. wake-up call is that the movement is too strong to be toppled. And that movement is divine feminine rising. We have seen that. We have become that. That's what the 4 a.m. club is. Thousands, maybe even millions of women woke up that night and said, not today. We are not having this shit. We're not doing it. We've also seen divine feminine leadership rising. Most recently, most publicly with your girl Jasmine Crockett. But we've also seen it around the world with the Mexican president stepping up to Donald Trump, with the, is it Colombian president making new laws protecting child brides, with, again, Mexico's president giving women who've supported their families their own pension to live on. We also saw the haka in New Zealand. I get chills every time I talk about it. My kids are yelling. It was a warrior call, waking up the women around the world. And yesterday on International Women's Day, we saw women marching around the country and the world, rising up together against this regime. One of the major and one of the first things that I said would happen is that through his actions, his supporters would see the truth in who he is and what his regime is all about. And isn't that what we are seeing in droves? I also said that this is purposeful on a number of levels, but also to lessen his support so that when the old switcheroo happens, there would not be violent opposition to the change. I have also predicted that the Red Party would eat itself from the inside out. There would be so much infighting that they would have no leg to stand on. And isn't that what we've been seeing not only all along, but what is happening now in the Oval Office and what's happening around Musk to have not only the party, like the people who voted, turn on them for him, and they're fighting each other in the White House over power. I also said very early on that this is not just about what's happening here, it's what's happening around the world. And we have seen that not only in people toppling their leadership, but in pushback against the one country that's behind it all. That's right, I'm talking about Russia. Now that evidence has been clear as day because it's been out there for many years. But since saying that, we've seen the evidence stack up. One of the earliest things that happened is that the Biden administration did place sanctions against Russia for its interference. That did happen. We also saw the G7 calling out Russia, and there have been many fantastic creators looking at the data, looking at the history between Trump and Russia, Trump and Putin, and how Russia has had its dirty little fingers with Elon Musk and Starlink in elections around the world. And lest we forget, Agent Krasnov became well known. Now, I also said that Trump is so impotent. That's right, I used that word. That he has so little power, his movement has so little power, that the things he says are not going to happen. Now, that's probably the one that people have given me the most shit for. But what I said in those videos is, and whatever he tries, there's going to be so much pushback, they will all fall apart. And I have reposted video after video showing just that. That he says a thing and he does a thing and it's immediately walked back. It doesn't actually happen. Or he says a thing and he does a thing and he starts a thing and it fizzles out. Or he walks it back. Or pushback shuts it down. That's why I share and repost so many videos that back up what I have been saying. The pushback is huge. It's massive. A lot of it coming from judges, a lot of it coming from protest groups, a lot of it coming from actions among the people, a lot of it coming from Democrats. People are angry saying Democrats aren't pushing back. Many of them are, and I'm reposting videos that talk about what's being done to push back against the actions he's taking. Now, another big thing that I said is that everything he does or attempts to do is purposeful. I have said repeatedly, everything that happens, all the chaos, all the disaster, is purposeful. And whether or not we like what's happening, it is purposeful. It is serving a purpose. It's waking people up. is causing people to get real mad. It's causing people to push back. And that pushback is what's crumbling. It's what's causing the crumbling of what's happening now. But not just the crumbling. The waking up is so, so important, because in my video I made the other day, people who wake up are essentially changing their cosmic vote. Remember, I've been talking about the cosmic vote? That it's about people deciding what they want in the future. Do we want more of the same? Are we okay with corruption and idiocy and malfeasance? Are we accepting that the bad guys always win and the government sucks? Are we in acceptance of the terrible things that are happening? Or are we waking up to it and we're saying, oh my gosh, I had no idea there was so much corruption. And by the way, I said that a lot too, that if you already know about the corruption, then this fight isn't for you. You're already awake. But the people who were either blissfully unaware or stubbornly refusing to see it, these are the ones that the FAFO is for. Now, there are two very big things that I said that didn't happen. And I have addressed those in previous videos, but let's talk about it briefly now. Now, there were two very big things I said that didn't happen or didn't happen yet. First of all, I'll take those odds. But second of all, let's unpack that because it's only fair. First of all, I have unpacked that in other videos, but let's do it briefly here. I said that Biden had a plan, and he had laid executive orders that set things in motion or locked the old government in place. He laid protections for what we're seeing now. Now, when I saw all this, I was certain that this is why he would not be inaugurated. And on that point, I was wrong. But I was not wrong in that he did undertake these actions. What we're waiting to find out is if these will be the things that take him down, that take Trump down. And just because we haven't seen it yet doesn't mean it's not still viable, possible, in the works. We will have to wait and see. The other thing I said is that he will not be inaugurated. And I don't know what to tell you on that one. And the reason I don't know what to tell you is because Spirit told me that. I don't know why Spirit would tell me that. Now, those of you who are not intuitive yourself, what I'm saying now makes no sense. But those of you who are intuitive and receive insights, especially those who are full on psychic, you'll know that when you receive a psychic insight, it ain't coming from you. So I can't account for why I got that. But if you watch back in earlier videos, I said multiple times that even if he gets in office first, it isn't going to last. And in fact, there were at least one, I think a couple videos where I specifically said they might come after him, kick in the White House door with the steel-toed boots. That potential is still very much in play. Now, for everyone out there saying, I'm moving the goalposts or all my dates have been wrong, I haven't said any dates. I'm not a dates person. The only thing that I said that had a deadline that passed was Inauguration Day, which we've addressed. So there you have it, folks. Every single thing I've said, except the Inauguration Day thing, every single thing I've said, except for one, has happened. That's a pretty damn good track record for a psychic, wouldn't you think? So either I was totally wrong on that one thing, or we might find out. We might magically, because I wasn't the only one seeing that and predicting that. We might find out what happened on that day that actually makes the prediction correct. Or we might not. I don't know. We will find, as our good buddy Sam likes to say, we'll find out together.